There's a super PAC that's trying to draft Milwaukee County Sheriff David Clarke to run for Senate, and they decided to climb in the gutter and use the worst attacks imaginable against Tammy Baldwin, who, of course, is a sitting Wisconsin senator. So here's what they say. Sheriff Clarke, U.S. Senate, the Black Rush Limbaugh with a badge. That's what they're advertising him as. They say, yes, Sheriff David Clarke is exactly what true conservatives have been waiting for. A man unashamed of his traditional conservative values and unafraid to say so. Our razor-thin majority in the U.S. Senate is an unreliable, rhino-laden 52 votes. A GOP-controlled Trump state like Wisconsin should not be represented by a liberal, lesbian extremist like Tammy Baldwin. Help us trade her for a no-nonsense black conservative who punches the left in the mouth every day of his life. Where do I begin with this one? Okay. I gotta get the Rush Limbaugh thing out of the way. The Black Rush Limbaugh with a badge. Oh, god damn it, man. Look, back in the day, I did like a list of the dumbest conservative talk show hosts. Rush Limbaugh was pretty high up on the list. He wasn't number one. Michael Savage was number one. I don't remember where Limbaugh fell on the list. But Rush Limbaugh is like really, really stupid. And I mean that in a very literal sense. Like, I think he has a low IQ. I think he's not smart at all. And there are times I've listened to his show for over an hour, and I heard not one fact. All he does is malign the left, malign liberals, malign Democrats, but it's always using shitty, hacky arguments that make no sense. Remember when Bush was in power, he was the biggest, most staunch Bush defender that there was. He defended torture. He defended the war in Iraq. You know, he would pretend to be in favor of small government, but then when Bush would explode the deficit and the debt, he would act like, oh, it's the liberals who are exploding the deficit. He just makes shit up. He makes it up nonstop. To have anybody who would listen to Rush Limbaugh and think he's making sense, that's sad. And now they're advertising Sheriff David Clarke. They want him to run. The Black Rush Limbaugh with a badge. How sad are you? This is a bunch of old white dudes in a nursing home who miss the good old days, and they want Sheriff David Clarke. Now, furthermore, David Clarke is a fucking criminal. This is a guy who repeatedly said, law and order, Trump is the law and order candidate, I'm the law and order candidate. And then in the next week, he would tweet, take out your what was it, pitchforks and torches and pitchforks or something? Like saying, we need to get in the street and with pitchforks and torches and get out there and take over. Wait, but if fucking Black Lives Matter, or if anybody else said, let's go pitchforks and torches, you'd be, oh, criminals, we're law and order, you're against law and order. So you're just a fucking hypocrite. Not only that, multiple people have died in the jail that Sheriff David Clarke runs. Think about that. One of them died from thirst. This was in 2016, I believe. So in 2016 in the United States of America, somebody was dying from thirst from being locked up in a jail. And they want this guy to run for office. This guy should run for the back of a prison cell. That's where he should run. Fuck out of here. People dying in your jail on a regular basis. And you want to pretend like you got the moral high ground and you're a good person and you're fighting for the right values. But the best part, they really said a state like Wisconsin should not be represented by a liberal, lesbian extremist like Tammy Baldwin. A lesbian extremist? What does that even mean? Like, when she scissors really hard. It's extreme scissoring. Uh-huh. She really, really likes women. She doesn't just like women. She likes women a lot. You know what I'm saying? Lesbian extremist? No, these guys are just stuck in a different era, dude. How are you going to put liberal lesbian extremist like that's a thing? What does that mean? I don't get it. In their circles, that's an insult. It's like, oh, yeah, lesbian extremists. Gotta keep them damn lesbian extremists out here. And what's the implication? Like, what are these idiots thinking? Like, what she gonna do? She gonna ban straight marriage and only have gay marriage, and she's gonna make Ted and Fred get married. They don't want to get married. I don't like no damn man. I don't want to marry a man. Come on, man. The fuck is wrong with you people? We live in a country where half of the country makes $30,000 a year or less. Our infrastructure gets a grade of D. We got 7 interventions going on right now. We got 45,000 people dying because they don't have access to basic health care. We got over 400,000 homeless people. We have all these problems. And these clowns who think they're serious people on the right, let's run the Black Rush Limbaugh, and we got to take out the liberal lesbian extremists. The only extremist here is you.